Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, TallBoy. I was too lazy to set up both cameras. That's why we're only down here. Anyways, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna pull up some music for us. Because, yes. Let's go, you know what? We'll go lo-fi today. Just because we can. Anyways, so welcome. As you can see, I'm continuing to feed my Lego addiction. Hi. But we're gonna go ahead and do that, I guess. Just making certain. Forgot to tweet out when we went live, but we're just gonna ignore that. Anyways. So we're building 3 sets, or at least that's the hope. We have 3 sets to build. I will put it that way. We're going to start with this one, which this one kind of pisses me off for one specific reason. That's, I don't know how easily it is to tell. 165 pieces. This thing cost me $30. The other sets only cost me like 40 or 50, and they're basically quintuple that. So I'm not necessarily the most happy, but I'm not the most upset. The other thing is when I was looking up the brain stuff already. I was looking up the instructions so that, you know, I can do what I normally do, which is pull the instructions up so that I can easily showcase it on stream as well. Yeah, I opted not to do that because there is not 1, not 2, but 3 instruction books. 1 for each bag. Why do you do this to me? Kids go free with paid adult ticket. I think I have one of those over here. There we go. I'll stick that over there and not care about it ever again. Anyways, yeah, I think it's probably just custom pieces that made these things so expensive. But anyways, because of the fact that I'd have to open up 3 different books, I'm opting to instead just gonna go ahead and run through this because given the fact it is only 100 or so pieces, this should hopefully not take me too long. We'll see, but here's hoping. Let's not lose our pieces. Oh, it's been so long since I've worked with booklets. Also, these things never stay straight unless they're sealed like the other ones. Bag number 1. Yeah, you also need this, but we're not going to tell you that because we don't want to. I can also, I don't know how well this shows up. This is like very kiddish. I mean, obviously it's a +4 literally on the back. Learn how to build. Like, whatever. Just let me build my dang Legos. Let me, the adult who's paying way too much money for these things, build them. His legs. His hood. Is it technically called a hood? Yes, face covering, whatever. Oh my, you start with this thing and that's all you do here. Then you grab, also I'm not going to worry about organizing these at all because if I have to do that, you're not doing this well for kids. Anyways, again, I'm basically just going to try and speed through this thing as fast. Why do you do that to me? Is something supposed to slide in there? Why do you give me this situation? You can't really see it because, again, I don't have the instruction book. Also, they're only doing 1 piece per page. That's probably why this is in 3 booklets. Because they needed to have that much space, otherwise the book would be way too thick. I'm also, welcome to the new year, everyone. It is currently the 4th of January, 2021. We survived 2020, people. If literally only barely. Which I'm not going to get into now, but I'll get into at some point. Anyways, though. Why do you gotta have me stick all these too wide things in a too wide area? But yeah, we survived 2020. That's great. Fantastic, even. Some might say an accomplishment amongst men. Also, this is still pissing me off, the fact that it's one excuse me, brick per page. It's like, sure, I kind of see the reason behind it, but also like, when I was a kid and I first was getting Lego sets, I didn't have to be babysat through the whole process. Obviously, that's a very big back in my day, and also, I don't care. Oh, see how are we gonna do this now? You're making me use 2 pieces. I'm 4 years old. How am I supposed to mentally understand what that's supposed to mean? Then it's a separate one. Oh my gosh. No, 2 pieces again. I guess now they've deemed me as worthy of being able to put pieces on. Oh my, it's 2 different pieces this time. They're actually trusting me with this? I don't know what to do with all this responsibility. Where the heck is that stupid piece? Oh, it's the fire. The orange. I thought it was gold. So that's a me being stupid. My bad, everyone. I'm the dumb boy. Also, something that I don't know, I'll have to determine. I might kind of take off the filter during streams. Not to be like, oh, I'm going to swear non-stop now, like I do in my normal everyday day-to-day life. But I am wanting to give more of my actual personality. I mean, it's not like necessarily my personality is based off of vulgarity, but it's so instinctual for me when I'm doing this to go and click to move to the next page, but I don't do that. I just get to sit here, flip over the page, and scream about it. But yeah, I might end up dabbling with trying to be a little bit more, not like be more vulgar, but just be less concerned about being vulgar. I don't know, we'll have to see. Also, we're now building a wing. These things are probably going to be practically exactly mirrored. They're not actually going to be, but I'm just kicking and screaming this whole way because I'm just kind of still irritated with how expensive the thing was. And over the fact that they're making me take so long to build this thing. Again, there. Really wanted to say damn, but I'm holding myself off for the time being. I don't know. Also, watch me get like 0 extra pieces. They're just like, well, if you screw it up, you screw it up, and it sucks to be you, kid. Also, it's really sad. I'm not going to grab it just because I'm lazy. I could grab the actual set that is this and just kind of show you the difference between the baby version, literally. I mean, I guess it depends on whether or not you consider a 4-year-old a baby or not. But what if I want to? Who's going to fight me on that? You'd better not, because I'll fight you back real hard. I will beat the crap out of you. Anyways. Also, I technically think I didn't have an extra piece. Because did it tell me to give Jay the little weapon or not? I do not remember. And right, this needs to go in there. And then, oh look, we can close it. I mean, we'll say, for like, what was that? 10 minutes? Probably like 9 minutes. Okay, let's be honest, it was probably like 5 minutes. Anyways, this is not a bad build for that little amount of time. I can give Jay this. I don't have to worry about finding a bag for extra pieces. Anyways. Yada yada, you can put Jay in the thing. Bag 1, book 1 done. We'll shove Jay in his cockpit. Turn the weapon so that this thing can actually kind of close. Whee! Anyways. On to bag and book number 2. Like, again, as I'm actually doing this, I can kind of see the reasoning behind it, because, okay, well, I mean, it is for literal 4-year-olds, which, not necessarily 4-year-olds are incompetent, they're just stupid. If that makes sense. It does, but it doesn't. You know what I mean. Although I will say, the one thing that really kind of shocked me when I first saw this. Good heavens, just make me build something, please. 19-year-old complains about child's toy. Anyways, let's build our Venomari grunt. I can't remember his name because it has been way too long since I've seen that original series. Also, I guess this is more of a cutting device than a slicing device because he holds it like this. Again, you can't really see most of this. And I'd say I don't care, but I do care, which is part of the annoying thing. I'm like, I do care about how you guys witness this, but also I'm just trying to finish this one up so we can get to some actual building. As bad as that sounds. But it's the reality of the situation. Yes, this is for 4-year-olds. Also, if you're wondering, why did you buy the thing? Meant for literal 4-year-olds. The answer is because I could, and because of this. This, like, actually, like, not fully is the reason I got it, but it is a contributing factor. And I'll show you what that means once we actually get to the point where it's being constructed. Cool, now we are building our fire gates. I don't know. It shows it getting knocked over on the front page, not whatever, you know what I mean. On the box. On the front of the box. Ta-da. There's that done. Now we go, and I said, there we go. It's one done. And now we build the second one in record time because why not? This is very, come on. You're better than this, Jacob. You're better than this. Oh no, there goes my wheel. I guess technically it's not my wheel, it's not my, I don't know. My wheel bearing. Anyways. Base. Give it a tooth. Give it some of the green and some of this. Assume we stick this in here then. Oh my. Figure this is the back, given the fact that this is teeth, and yeah. Overlay this on top. Why is there a thing to stick on the back? I don't know. And now the cannon. Oh, it's because you push it from the back, and so they want you to be able to, okay. Anyways. They changed this. This was originally you'd push down. I guess now it's you actually have to push, and then it does that. Anyways, then we copy design onto the other side. Because again, like, I have, like, not the original set for this, which I was very sad. This set was like $50. I mean, this isn't the exact same thing. Basically, it was, though. Ooh. Can we put these on the green ones? Anyways. It was, because there was a set for the plane. Then there was also a set for, specifically where the cannon showed up. It was one with Cole. It was his elemental weapon vehicle. Watch the series and it'll make some sense, possibly. I don't know. So why do you need any form of electronics in this thing? Is it supposed to be a snake? Because even though this is green, it's technically made by the Fangpire versus the Venomari. Look at me dropping them sick deets. Okay, like, I have a few pieces here that I'm like, what are these supposed to go to? And it's like, they go to other things. They go to the tail, which would explain why the thing in the back. Yeah, okay. I should have seen that, but I didn't because I'm dumb. Damn. Now this is pod racing. Come on. Going. Also, technically, I guess, yeah, this is an interesting fact. The largest producer of rubber wheels. Dang, I mean, this one's in backwards. The largest producer of wheels in the entire world is, in fact, Lego. You'd think like Goodyear or something. You know, something that actually makes sense. No, it's Lego. Because if you think about it, these are like actual rubber wheels. Obviously, they're not getting filled with air. At least, not like purposefully. Come on. This is one of the most annoying things about booklets is the fact that you have to deal with paper. And you stick it on the back, stick the guy in the thing, and whatever. Whatever. Charge J's and the thing, so Kai get another weapon for no particular reason other than the fact that I don't want to have to put that in something. You can hold on to this, because why not? Now he's running over Kai. That's wonderful. Come on. Come on. Anyways, we can put this in and it's so weird. This thing's supposed to like, why is this not going in all the way? Does it screw something up or is it just, what? Now I'm pushing on the release. That would explain that part of it. Did I have that too far forward? Oop. Yeah, I think I had this too far forward, so it wasn't working. There it goes. That's just gravity doing its thing. Anyways. Another book down. Time for our last one. And then don't you wheel your way off of that. Stop it. Now we can finish this set out and we can actually get to something that you guys can actually see the instructions for. Sorry for how loud this is. There we go. Okay, whatever. Now we finally start to use this thing. Ooh. Stick this underneath because it's made for that. Also, I'm gonna have to figure out like where I should be placing things as I'm building if I ever... Okay, let's be honest, I will probably do this again with the single cam. Just because A, it's a lot easier to set up than if I don't feel like showing my face for whatever reason. I don't have to. It's not necessarily that I'm super insecure at the moment or anything. It's kind of just a thing of, I'm good. Okay, let me grab. Here's one, here's two. Now we stick windows in this boy. Or no, now we go on to the next page and stick windows in this boy. Because I'm a toddler and I have to be told in exactness what the hell I'm supposed to do. Then we can lay that on top, but it easily comes off because, yeah. Now we make a prison cell. Is there an upside down to this? I don't think there is. There's a right way to put it in though, so that you aren't putting it in backwards. Gosh, this is so easily torn off. Anyways. Oh, this one gets a doorknob. No, because it's not that, it's this one. Oh, because I see. And then we're going to put... Oh, and so this one then doesn't have the clampy boys there because it's meant to open. Because then I'm assuming we're going to put this one here. Look at that. I am a wizard. We now have a prison cell for some ungodly reason. Also, is that really the way we're securing this? Is just like 2 points of contact? I mean, I guess it works. It wobbles a little bit, but not a ton. Put the shurikens in here, and since they're gold, they are technically the shurikens of ice. Why do I have those? Why are those in my possession when Zane isn't even anywhere close? That is a really tight seal. Like, not really, like, it's not difficult to take off, just... I was not expecting that much ferocity from something meant for literal 4-year-olds. Anyways. Then we go to the front and we make these go grrr. And go grrr. Look at me, I'm gold and scary and rah. Yes, I can, it's like, look at these, it's these two pieces, see? It's those two. It's two different pieces, not the same piece. You silly, silly child. What are you for? Oh, wait. Ta-da. I assume I build a duplicate for the other side. Yup. But we can't make you build two of these at the same time because you're 4 and you would not understand what you're doing. I don't know why I'm acting as if, like, genuinely looking at this is like, oh yeah, I could, like, as a 4-year-old, they'd probably be able to figure out how this works. It's just, again, I'm being annoying because I'm upset that it's not as difficult as I would hope. Should I just put the dragon, like, sideways? I just... Sideways dragon. Put it on properly. Because I like aesthetics. And we give the weapons to the building. It'll be terribly effective there. Nobody will ever think about crossing this building, ever. Because they know they will perish. Oops. This one goes underneath. Oh no, I'm going out of order. Oh no! I have committed a cardinal sin. We're doomed, everyone, doomed! How deep in does this thing? It goes like nowhere. Fun. And we stick that boy on there. Look at it rotate. Look at it not rotate, because why would it rotate? It's meant to be a solid piece. Anyways. That took us half an hour, which is impressive, but I'm also kind of sad that that took me half an hour to do. Oh. else. So there's this thing called this. In the prison you go. Why? Because I don't care enough to get a bag for one thing. I can find another one of my sets that have bags and whatever, and do that. Anyways, now that the partial meme, I guess, is done, I need to figure out where I'm actually putting these. Can I rest you all here without you deciding to die? I will put these on here. Come on. Now I'll put these on here. And now you shouldn't detach too easily, I was going to say. Okay. Now that that's done, move on to something a little more interesting. Dragons. And this one I can actually finally turn on. The instructions! Look at that. It is far brighter than the entirety of my camera. Anyways. Where is my opening? On the other side, that's got it. No, no particular side. I'm gonna choose this side. Is there any... Oh, I see. I see now. You want me to do this. Because you want me to do an abominable action in order to access this. Come on, there we go. Oh my gosh. Puncture. Fell off. Oh no. What the heck? I will say, ones like this kind of irritate me. It's like, just let me open the thing regularly without you breaking it. Okay. You can't even see the box if it's over there, so I really don't care. Also, I'm trying it in this corner here. Good instruction booklet. Okay, we got 4 bags. That's not bad. Got some stickers. Got the instruction booklet that I am not using. Why? Because we have technology. That's great. Anyways, let us go ahead now. Open up our first bag and start constructing this. Loud noises. Okay, now we'll actually want our separation to occur. I'm not color organizing anything because I don't care that much, but obviously I'm size organizing. My smaller ones. Oh, I mean, hey, for a plastic production, I guess they're not technically a plastic producing company. They're just a company that uses a lot of plastic in their products. I probably throw away more plastic in general from these guys than I actually use. Ha 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 ha. Why so many bags? That's all I'm getting at here, Lego. You're not being very environmentally safe with these. I mean, I guess, assuming I were to put these in the recycle, I think I could put these in the recycle. I don't know if they're recyclable. Anyways, assuming I actually did that, it wouldn't be terrible. Use the app because you're insolent and whatever. In that case, we're building the main body of the structure. I guess the main torso area. Anyways, then we build the tail and the head. Then we build the arms. Then we build the wings. Got them wings. This guy has one face. Huh, how boring. He is also super angry man. He looks like Darth Maul. That's what his head looks like. Oh, no, he does have two faces. He's got his one that they're showing that's like, haha, I'm a conniving fool. And then the back one looks like, if I can... That's even worse. It looks like Darth Maul. That's all I'm gonna go and say. No, he has two things that he puts on his shoulders. Well, why would you do that to me, huh? I realize I should be building this from the bottom up. But screw you. I'm the Lego man. I am the one who builds. I am the one who Legos. Then by putting his hair on, you hide the other face. As with most things where they have multiple faces, is that the back one is hidden. Unless you're getting a Harry Potter set with whatever his face is that had Voldemort on the back of his head, because why not? There you are. Also, this is really weird having like this super smooth surface here. Anyways, give this guy a weapon. Because that sounds super safe. Even has a spear point. Fun. Also, I feel like he should have to hold it by the lightsaber hilt because it looks like it's game energy or whatever it is. Now we build the structure for our super cool blade of gaming to sit on, I guess. I know I have a pink one of those, but I don't know what exactly they're for. Anyways. I really should like catch up with this series, but that is a lot to try and do. Can I just find... There we go. Come on. And I need you... And then the actual weapon. This is not the weapon. Where is the... There is the weapon. It's so really weird because like it's ribbed to an extent. So this thing does not go in at all. That's what she said. Har har, har har, har har. Jay, you do have a thing on your back, right? Because you need to be able to put your health bar above you. I will say, that is a very interesting / funny thing that they do. The fact that they give health bars. Anyways. Legs are useful. Especially if you have to walk anywhere. The ninja has this much health. Look at it. Look at it. I will say though, the way they did this is very creative. The fact that, like, obviously, okay, it's a green stick coming out of the back, but it's like, they did something inventive with it. They tried to do more than just, oh look, it's working, and like making it painfully obvious that they didn't care about it. Instead, they actually put some care into it, which I, for one, appreciate. Come on. Although I will say, it's very funny that they actually give the ninja a health bar. Because, again, I haven't seen the season that this is from. I don't even know if it technically has come out. Okay, can we stop with the I'm too tight to go into the hole? Again, that's what she said. I guess that's what he said? That's what both of them said. Oh my gosh. Good heavens. Cooperate with me, please. I will grab a hammer if I have to. Oh my gosh. Let's try the other one. Are you going to be nicer to me? I don't know if it's of the chain. Okay, I don't know what the culprit was there, but we got it figured out. I don't care enough. Anyways, though, I was saying it's funny because, like, obviously here, 4 hit points and he's taken 1 hit point of damage. Yeah, so about that, ninja do get hit semi-regularly, and they really just never hardly seem phased by it. That or it's a way of saying, this is how phased by this attack the ninja are. But you know what? Props to them for being inventive. I'm gonna go from the opposite way just to be weird and cool like that. I'm gonna miss this damn piece. It's gonna be over here, right? I would figure it's nope, it's literally right here. Okay. I'm a buffoon. I'm a baboon of a buffoon. Also, I will only be going for the next 2 or so hours. I mean, then again, hopefully I can get everything built by that point. But I will only be going for a couple more hours here because, well, oops, sorry. Well, I do absolutely love this. I skipped a... No. That just looks really weird because it looks like this is for the light blue is further out. Anyways. To continue what I was saying, I do need to make certain I'm in bed at a decent hour because I do have work in the morning because I'm finally working mornings, which, believe me, working food and working mornings versus evenings is a stark difference in how busy it gets. And boy, howdy hey, do I really, really prefer mornings. Which is funny because I am I'm actually scheduled for Friday rush, which is going to be so nice. But whatever. I get to always, okay, not say always, almost always get to do my favorite position, which is just pull the pizzas out of the oven. It's really nice. Like, really nice. Plus, I may or may not. And by that, you can obviously figure out what the answer is. Have a crush on a coworker? Which is, also, we're building Ireland now? Man, didn't know how conclusive this game was. Har har, har har, har har. Anyways, to explain that whole thing, so, haven't gone out with a gal yet. Going out on Wednesday. So that will be super duper fun. But basically, like, to a certain extent, I feel like I was maybe kind of, like, I was cute about it, I guess you could say, but I definitely wasn't, like, very good about hiding the fact that I liked her. Or that I don't know why I said that as past tense, I guess, because she didn't know, and so now she does know, so anyways. So basically, I think this was 2 weeks ago now, she comes in for orientation, she's a driver. So, you know, basically that just means she's the one actually driving the pizzas around to people while I simply make them. But, you know, I go and it's a morning, you know, started working mornings somewhat a little bit ago, but now officially more or less only working mornings, apart from obviously rare instances like this upcoming Friday. But, you know, so it's morning, she comes in for her orientation. And then, like, you know, it happens a lot that people come in for their orientation, whatever. And, you know, I'm mostly intrigued, okay, what position are you coming in for? And then I just go and bada bing, bada... What? Hold up, how is it? Okay, so it just sits here until we put the actual thing in. It's going to keep it in place. That was very confusing. Anyways. But, yeah, let's just put it this way. She came in for her orientation... Ooh, this is gonna be like a trigger mechanism. If I can, yeah, because it like squishes down and obviously can go up slightly. That's gonna be interesting. Anyways, but you know, she comes in. I'm just sitting there making food, as I do. I think it was probably like 11 or so. So like we were just starting to get into the lunch rush sort of area, but we weren't super busy. And then just for some reason, butterflies all up in my stomach. I'm like, what? It's like, I think it was, I'd actually started to like look at her a little bit more. Which, it's not necessarily just a thing of, oh, I think you're hot. It's like, no, there was more to the attractiveness. I just can't really necessarily state what that is because I don't even know. But then, is that a special piece or is that just... Okay, that's a big boy and then a small boy. Anyways, then I go and, you know, I mean, it seems really stupid now, especially given the fact that she technically did the way that you should have done it, which was, I'll get to that point, but I took a peek at the name on her food handler's permit so that I could, you know, semi-stalk her, like not stalk her, but like, you know, figure out, okay, what's her name? Look her up on Facebook. Oh, she is in fact single. That's great. I then also asked one of the drivers who was working that morning, so you ever been a wingman before? Because basically, I suck at starting conversations. I can hold a conversation for a very long time. I was going to say forever. Probably not for forever, but I can hold conversation really well. Especially if there's like something that I know information about or anyways. But then, you know, again, I suck at starting conversations. So I'm like, hey, yeah, so I'm going to need you to do that for me. And he's like, I got you. Also, I'm building 2 of these, I realize. So we go, and then she finished up her orientation. You know, all good. We end up going then. I think she worked this Wednesday, so basically not the Wednesday just after her orientation, but the Wednesday the next one, because she got orientation on Monday. The next week, Wednesday, she started. But I was working mornings, and being a driver, it makes more sense to work evenings because you're going to be able to get more deliveries, therefore more tips, and i.e. more money. But then partially it was a thing of we formed the plan, quote unquote. Plus it just happened to work out the way that we didn't really have anybody who knew how to train people who was showing up when she was first starting, and so obviously she needs to get trained on how are we supposed to do deliveries, you know, what are the certain, like, I don't know, like, I don't even know the full ends of it, but like, you know, just how to take care of customers and giving them the food and yada yada. Anyways, so we went and said guy who was supposed to be wingmanning for me, we had him go and do her orientation, I guess not orientation, her training, like on the road. So basically it's as I'm about to leave, she's getting into work. So she gets in, again, butterflies, because yes. Also, this is looking very cool. Anyways, but yeah, so then she gets in, and then said driver was currently not on the premises. That would be the word, right? Was not currently at the building. Anyways, because he was taking a delivery. I think we'd gotten like a little bit busy. And so then, you know, during this whole time, I'm like freaking out, like, ah, crap, you know, he needs to get back here so that A, she can get trained and out there because deliveries, B, please wingman for me. And then, you know, she comes in, and then the thing is, what was really funny is that our manager wasn't, I think he was going to the bathroom. So basically, our other chef had left, and she was new, so she didn't really know a whole ton. Meanwhile, so basically, what ended up happening is I was the only one in the store who actually knew, A, probably that she needed to get trained, B, how to even start on that. So then I'm like, oh, hey, I can show you how the tags work and whatever. Like this whole time, like I think decently well. I like not necessarily hid, but it wasn't painfully obvious yet how much I like the gal. So I then went and also this is a really stupid way of showing it. Oh, never mind. It clicks in. That makes sense. I'm the stupid one. We continue on. Then where are those pieces? That, oh, here they are. So, finally the guy gets back. I'm like, oh, good. Hey, someone else to help take care of training her and whatever. But also, again, wingmanning. And that part gets really funny in a bit. You'll figure out why. But then basically, as I'm, trying to make certain that they get out as fast as possible, because I wanted to get out as fast as possible, but I wanted to make certain that they were okay. So I go then, I'm basically just trying to hurry the guy up, come on. So I believe this. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked very easily. To continue, so then I go and I'm like starting to assist with like, okay, putting the food into the heat bag. And he's like, no, Jacob, let me do it. I'm like, I can be helpful too. Like, again, nervously trying to hide the fact that I think you are attractive in both body and spirit, so to speak. Like, again, the most uncomfortable, I don't know. The weirdest thing here is the fact that there's a very high likelihood that at some point in time she sees this VOD, and that's just going to be a combination of embarrassing and also, I guess, telling of the kind of person. I don't know, man. Let's just put it this way. If you are watching, obviously you know who you are, because this situation would pertain to you and you alone. Hi. Again, this is before we've actually gone out. I hope you're doing well. And as you can see, I am very, very awkward if I do not fully feel comfortable given the situation that I am supposed to be playing a role as, or XYZ. So what the heck is this supposed to... Oh, I see. I was very confused for a second. I'm like, how am I supposed to stick the 2x1 on the cannon thing and the other stuff? Then I realized, oh, it's just attaching the one part. It's just doing it in a very... It's showing it in a very weird manner. Anyways. Then, finally, they get out. I breathe a little easy. Then I go and I go home, wait until like an hour later, because at that point the guy was supposed to be off. My wingman, quote unquote, was supposed to be off at 4 like me, but because he was helping to train, he obviously was having to do that, so we got off a little bit later. So it's about 5 o'clock. I end up trying to message him through the employee like messenger or app thing that we have, basically just the app we use for scheduling. I decided, okay, I'll try messaging him through that because I never got his number. So then I go and I'm like, hey, so how'd it go? Can you give me an answer? That was like after half an hour of him not responding. At this point, he still hasn't responded on that, but whatever. Because then, I go and this was, again, Wednesday. Kind of still nervous. I'm like, okay, what happened? I'm not working with this guy again until Sunday. But I am running into the gal again on... Brain, stop writing here. On Saturday. Saturday? Yes, because I had Thursday, Friday off, which was really nice because it was New Year's. And so I didn't have to work New Year's Eve. That was really nice. Anyways. But... So I go and she's working... Saturday night, I'm working Saturday morning. So again, situation of, I'm getting off as she's getting on. I don't think we actually talked hardly at all during that interaction, just because I had no idea what may or may not have happened, so I wasn't wanting to go and be really weird. But also, I was just like, it never got to the point where a conversation really could have happened. Anyways. But then I go and I'm like, okay, finish the day out. And then yesterday comes, Sunday. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk with the guy, figure out, okay, what may or may not have happened. And then I go and, I go basically for the mornings. Chefs will go in at 9 to get stuff prepped because we open at 10. So, it's now, I think the morning start was pretty easy. We didn't have anything too terribly insane happen. But then, it gets to 11, not 11, it gets to 10, and I'm like, okay, sick, he's going to come in, I can ask him. And then in she walks. And I'm just like, my initial thought was, crap, what? My second thought was, he set me up. Because I'm just thinking, like, there is one possibility, like, there's one reason and one reason alone why she'd be working, Sunday morning. Because the thing is, she wasn't scheduled. She had traded shifts. And then I go, and, basically from that point on, I started freaking out. Like, not to the point where, like, hey, Jacob, are you okay? But it was like, if you, like, especially since I think everyone, apart from the other driver who was working that morning, everyone in the store, apart from the 2 drivers, knew the fact that I had a crush on this gal. Again, it's like, for me, it's really weird to say crush because it feels childish, but it's like, you know what? That's what it was. I mean, I can look up the definition of crush, but I don't care enough, at least in that regard. But, I go and I'm like, okay, this is, I'm kind of freaking out the whole time. I'm sort of fumbling over, like, what I'm supposed to be doing with my job. More or less, everything's still kind of fine, though. And then I go and, she finally gets a delivery because it took a while for deliveries to pop up. She finally gets a delivery. I'm like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. What? So I end up going and looking at the employee registry. And I'm like, okay, I need to talk to him. So I go, I find his number. I'm like, hey, his name, it's Jacob. And he's like, from work? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, oh, what's up, bro? And I'm like, why have you done this to me? And also, what happened Wednesday? Because basically I'm just sitting here. I have no idea what. Ooh. Also, so I had the opposite end of the thing. So at this point, whatever it is that needs to attach, I can't exactly attach too well, but we'll see what What? Looking on this, nothing attaches. This being the box. Anyways. So we attach that, we grab this and this. Anyways, to continue on. So, basically I'm still kind of freaking out. And then, I see that I've gotten a text from him, but I'm needing to, get orders done, so I can't quite look at it yet. So, I'm very frantically trying to make certain I get these done as fast as possible. She comes back into the store because that's what happens when you go on a delivery is you come back. Again, I sort of start freaking out. Meanwhile, I guess I should say this. At the beginning of the day, she first gets in. Again, I know this is her first morning, so I'm like, okay, let's, A, try to be useful, B, try to save face a little bit. Here, I'll train you how to prep our sauce bottles. And that, whatever, it kind of started her, and because basically she showed up first. Our other morning driver who had done mornings before hadn't shown up, so she didn't exactly have anyone else hardly there to tell her, okay, this is how things are supposed. Oh, right, that was the other thing. Like, I completely forgot this until now. We didn't have food. Basically, we're supposed to prep, like, we'll get bags or boxes containing bags or whatever. We'll get the food that we put into our make line. And then basically us in the mornings, our job is to go and prepare that, get all the bags into our little tubs, get the tubs into our reach-in fridge. Basically just make certain that when the rush comes later in the day, they're not having to scramble and make certain that they have things because we've made certain that they have things already. Yeah, we had like zero prep that we could do because it was New Year's Eve and New Year's Day that had just happened. So it was very very busy. And they had like again, we had hardly anything. So, you know, I'm already freaking out about that. Then it started snowing, which I'm like, great. That means we're going to be getting a whole ton of deliveries, which actually didn't end up happening, which was kind of weird. You know, basically, I'm just freaking out is the basic gist of this. I'm already freaking out for the day. And then, oh, look, it's the guy I have a crush on is now suddenly here. What? And, you know, like, we eventually got food stuff from different stores because they were able to sell us some. The big thing was we still, I mean, at this point, hopefully we have some of it, but we still didn't have. Okay, yeah. Where did the swords come into play? Did those just? I don't think the swords got used. Oh, the swords go on Jay's back. Ah, I was very confused for a second. Anyways. But so yeah, basically though, I'm just freaking out still. You know, I go and then she gets out another delivery. I finally look at my phone. Nothing happened. I'm like, what? Dude, you were supposed to be starting the conversation here because I suck at doing that. Okay, and then obviously these all good in their special. Okay, so I think everything here should be extra. I mean, I know it is extra. It's just, it's meant to be extra, not I'm screwing up and not putting things up. Anyways, but then I go and, you know, I'm like, okay, great. And then he simply responds with, oh, no, man, just be yourself. It'll be fine. Still just freaking out. You know, I'm like, okay, crap. The thing is, the other thing I had done on the Saturday that we had worked, like, trading shifts, basically, so she was getting on while I was getting off. I may or may not have gone and put little hearts around her name on the position chart for the day. Basically, our position chart just says who's supposed to be in for what position, when they're supposed to be in from, so, like, for me, it said Jacob 9 to 4, and then her it was from 4 to 9. But basically, then, you know, I'd put little hearts around it to be cute. Because again, I had kind of thought that by this point she had been softened up slightly. Because I figured, okay, the conversation's been started. I'll be kind of cute. Hopefully, it's not seen as weird, but you know. Obviously, whatever happens, happens. And then so I'd gone, and before I got this full information on what had happened, or what hadn't happened, as the case may ended up being, I decided, oh, cool, I'll put some more hearts around her name, because I had to, basically, we had the guy who was supposed to be showing up that she traded shifts with, his name was up there, so we had to erase that. I then went and wrote her name, and put little hearts next to it. And then I'd receive the text and I'm like, okay, cool, this is great. So then slowly but surely, I think for the next, because basically by 12, I think, is when I finally received the text that nothing had happened yet. So I'm like, great. So then, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I need to do something here because I need to calm down because I am a utter mess. You know, let's actually be useful here during the work day. But then I went and I was like, okay, well, since she probably doesn't know who's been writing these hearts next to her name, I started basically. The end product was I put butterflies around. I didn't put butterflies around my name. I was very specific to not do that. What I did, I put butterflies like in an area that wasn't being used. And I then went and made a little person next to my name. And then that I went and drew like, you know, basically zoom in like the butterflies and then it's the guy's mid region, or in other words, I have butterflies in my stomach. And you know, I'm still just sitting here like, crap, I don't have any idea how, like, if she's fully getting the message. Like, she hasn't said anything to me. You know, I've very, very briefly been saying anything, and that's mostly just like, oh, here's your delivery, have a, like, thing is, I will normally, whenever a driver, you know, when I get a delivery ready for them, I'm like, oh, you're up, you know, have fun, stay safe, whatever. I had said none of that to her because I was just terrified of saying anything. So basically the most I had said is, you're up and here's your delivery. So then I go and I still feel mildly, not stupid, but weird about what I did. Because what I opted to do is I got a sticky note from the office. And then, you know, as I intermittently, because I think I finally finished the picture at like 1, again, like, it's taken me a very long time to get this thing finished, both because A, I'm making pizzas, B, I'm utterly terrified of her seeing me doing it, so I would only do it if she wasn't in the store. So anyways, so I go and then, you know, I think it was like 1:30 I finally got this note done. And I'd grab it, but I really don't want to have to get out from my seat. I think basically it was, hey, as you more than likely know, I like you. I just have no social skills. Like, I can't remember exactly what I said. I just have no social skills. And I don't want to embarrass myself publicly. So let me embarrass myself this way instead. And then I put the little check mark, you know, the check boxes of, because I basically asked the question, do you want to get to know me? Yes. And then another one for, I'm good. Basically not a no, but a, you know, we're going to be working together. Obviously I'll get to know you, but I'm not interested in you that way. You know, that sort of thing. So then I go, and as she's leaving on one of her deliveries, I slip that on top of the receipts as I give them to her. You know, like, it had her name on it. I wrote my name in the corner, so it wasn't like, wait, who gave this to me? You know, so basically, it was 100% from me. It was 100% to her. And then I went, and that was it for like 15 minutes. And my head started racing, man. Like, literally, I'm just like, she's gonna think I'm weird. This is creepy. She's gonna hate me. Like, whatever. Finally, my thoughts were, at least mostly, I'm not gonna say fully, they were mostly calmed. When I check my phone, and she's followed me on Instagram. And it'll text you later, but like, okay, so how exactly did you find me? Because obviously I knew how I found her the first time. Obviously I didn't do anything off of it. Again, trying to not look super weird. Because, you know, I saw her personal information. She's like, oh yeah, on their employee app, I just saw that your name was there, and I looked it up on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, that would probably be a better way of explaining how I initially found her on Facebook, if I had ended up sending the request, versus I literally decided to spy on you as you're giving the manager this legal information. Again, if you're watching, hi. Again, I'm very, very uncomfortable with yes. Hopefully we've had a conversation and we're not really, anyways, to continue. Again, I feel so stupid right now. But then we go, you know, I follow her back because, like, I was like, okay, I'm assuming this is the person, you know, it's her name. Now, obviously only first name, so I wasn't 100% certain. I'm like, okay, that is almost definitely you in these pictures. If it's not you, I don't know how this catfisher found me, but damn, you're good. But then I go and, you know, she gets back and doesn't say anything to me. I'm like, you know, obviously there's still kind of an awkwardness about it because it's like, you know, I'm basically being a preschooler here. Not preschooler, you know what I mean, though. Like, I'm basically being an elementary school kid here and how I'm going about doing anything. But then I'm needing a blue uppy boy. Where's a blue uppy boy? Blue uppy boys, where are you? Show yourself, please. Blue uppy boy, sick. Anyways, but then I go and, you know, this whole time, again, towards the whole thing of it's painfully obvious I like you, I would very commonly, you know, take a quick glance at her and then quickly look away. You know, especially if it's like, oh, I can see you're starting to look towards me. It's like, oh, look away. I then noticed that she did that one time. I'm like, okay, that again puts a little bit more relief on me. I'm like, okay, so she actually does like me. And then I go and, you know, it gets to 4. And like basically ever since I'd actually given her the note, we'd been like pretty busy, like not super busy, but busy enough that I couldn't easily go and, you know, just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Whatever. You know, basically I was having to work, and anytime that I wasn't actively having to work, she was on a delivery, you know, inconvenient, but it's what happens. So then I went and, you know, it's 4 o'clock and there's food to make. So I'm doing that. I see that she's starting to get checked and clocked out. I'm like, ah, crap, I really wanted to talk to her because obviously it's still a little weird how this is all gone. And then I'm like, okay, this is, you know, internally screaming. And then she goes and she leaves into her car. I'm like, crap. Like, I don't know, like, obviously, okay, well, we're following each other on Instagram, so I could always message her there. Like, again, head spinning. And then she comes back into the store, just goes over to be like, hey, I have something for you. I'm like, oh. And then I see that she has the note. I'm like, thank heavens. And then she goes and she hands it to me like, oh, thank you. And then she leaves. And then, you know, I'm still making food, so I don't have time to look at the note. I'm like, okay, at least I have that. And the thing is, the thought crossed my mind, you know, it'd be really funny, kind of cruel, but really funny, is if the note just simply had like because there was technically space that she could have written her own, you know, answer box. And then I'm like, you know, it'd be really funny, and like, you know, I'd be slightly heartbroken over it, but again, like, it would just be too funny to really care too much about, especially after everything that's gone on. I was thinking, it'd be really funny if she just marked, I'm good. Like, follows me on Instagram, gives me back the note just to say, oh, by the way, I'm just leading you on. Like, not exactly in that context, but you know what I mean. Luckily, and as you could probably figure was the case, eventually we get to a point where I'm able to, things finally slowed down again. I was supposed to be off at 4, so I clock myself out. And then as I'm walking home, I'm like, okay, I guess I should probably read this. And I go and check mark and yes, phone number, smiley face. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Like, the thing is, because I had thought, okay, well, I don't know necessarily, because the thing is, I had thought maybe I'd end up giving her this note, like, literally as she's about to leave. So I had the thought of maybe I should put my phone number in. I didn't. At this point, I'm kind of like, not necessarily like, oh, I'm so glad that I didn't, but it's like, it's not necessarily that it would have been weird, but it's nice that she actively gave me hers. And then from that, we texted a little bit. And we're going to be going out on Wednesday. Although the really funny thing was the fact that, you know, on the Wednesday she first started, we go and, you know, I'm again like slightly nervous about, you know, first working. Okay, is this really? Oh, it's not supposed to be fully in. That's why. You popped out enough. Let me see if I can't use you to ever so slightly pop this thing out. That better? Yes, that is a lot better. It still can't move all done, but it's not fully stuck. Anyways, as I figured, just sticking this in here. So the base of the tail moves a lot. The rest of the tail does not. Legends, you're a legend. So I'm a legend for the building, or were you here to hear that story? Also, hello there. Definitely gonna butcher your name. Bobbers. I have no idea if that is how your name is pronounced. I am sorry for butchering the story 100%. Okay. I was wondering, like, I figured as much. I just wanted to confirm, though. Yeah. But the funniest thing is, I've been using a dating app called Mutual. It's a LDS thing, basically. You know, sort of like eHarmony. Is it eHarmony? I think it's eHarmony is to Catholics. Mutual is to Mormons, more or less. Anyways. But I'd ended up actually on Tuesday night, like it was super late. I ended up getting a match on Mutual. And so actually, no, I think it was Monday night, because it was Tuesday that I first had a conversation with her at work. Again, just like over the app. And this was a different gal. Keep that in mind. I go and I, you know, talk with her and ended up setting up a date with her for Thursday. So on Wednesday, when, you know, this coworker is going to be coming in, I'm telling all of my coworkers, oh yeah, I'm going on a date tomorrow. They're like, wait, but what about this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm learning from last time, because up until this point, I've dated one person before, like, and that was in July to November-ish. Like, and literally it was 5. I think it was, no. How many? I think it was 5. We were supposed to go on a 6th one, but I was in the hospital for date number 6. So that happened anyways. But, you know, they're just like, what are you talking about, dude? Aren't you interested in her? I'm like, yes, I am. But I've learned my lesson. You don't just date one girl and then fully commit, because especially if said other girl is dating other people, you're kind of screwed. Obviously, then I technically have to deal with the opposite end of that, which is, okay, now I'm dating multiple people, but eventually I'm going to have to narrow it down to one. Let's just see how things go first, though. But yes, thank you for the compliments on the insanity that is my love life, so to speak. I don't know. See, obviously, it's a funny story. What's really funny, though, is the fact that you never know. I could end up marrying this gal, and it's like, that's just hilarious. Especially, you know, having, considering if you work at the same place as the one, probably not a good idea to say anything about the other date if it comes back to her. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be like super, I'm only dating you, but in reality I'm dating multiple people. It's like, no, I'm like, if she asks, are you dating anyone else? It's like, yeah, I had a not necessarily bad experience, but I didn't have a good experience with dating just one person, so I'm trying to be quote unquote precautious. But obviously it's not like if I'm on a date with whomever that I'm actively going and thinking about the other person that I've gone on a date with. So I do get where your concern is, but I'm at least hoping it doesn't end up being an issue. And if it does, to be honest, may have dodged a bullet. Obviously, you never know with this sort of thing. There you are. Yeah, but again, as I was saying, it'd be really funny if it ends up being a thing. Like, obviously, again, it's a funny story. If somehow or another it ends up being that we like really hit it off and really, because the other thing is the gal that I went with, that I have been on the date with, things are moving like slowly. Like, basically we're both like, yeah, we don't want to be too fast about anything, which is like good, because like it's funny because she had actually told me, yeah, like a couple of my first relationships I really just kind of went into too fast. I'm like, you know, I can't say for the relationship part of it, but the trying to get into a relationship part, yes, definitely understand the being too fast part. But then, yeah, I mean, what'll happen will happen. But again, it'd be very funny if it ends up being like, oh yeah, we end up getting married. And it's like, hey, remember how we met? Just the sheer insanity and absurdity of it. Like, not necessarily the absurdity of, oh, hey, we're coworkers, more the hoops and hurdles that I jumped through to finally ask her out. Yeah, so that's how my life's been going for this year so far. It's pure insanity. It was really funny though, because the original plan I was supposed to be doing with this other girl on Thursday ended up falling through because, oh, it's New Year's Eve. Places are booked. Because we were going to go to a skating rink. Gotta make moves, really, though. Because we, where's that piece? Where I'm... This, yes. We were supposed to be... We had planned to go to the local skating rink, but ended up looking just in time, so to speak. I'm like, oh, they were only doing their tickets online for New Year's Eve, and they're sold out. So that was fun. We instead went bowling, which is now I'm going to be going bowling first with this coworker, and then I'm going out the next day with this other gal, and we're going to finally go to the skating rink. Again, to a certain extent, I'm being a player, but also no. It's like, I'm just desperate to get in a relationship because it has not been fun being me. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not gonna get too depth into it right now because it's 11 o'clock at night and I don't necessarily be needing to start that conversation. And also, I do have some information about this out on my various social medias. YouTube is the one where I have the most information. To a certain extent, though, it's Instagram. I think I have both of those linked in the panels below. Feel free to follow. Anyways, I do struggle with suicidal ideation and constant bereavement from my head / whatever else saying, you should kill yourself. So yeah, having something realistically, the reason why I'm wanting to get into a relationship, not because then it's, oh, you'll save me. It's in like, hey, I have a really, really good reason to not go down that road. And so, yeah, then I can, have that. And then I can finally, hopefully start to get my life a little bit more intact and everything. Anyways. Hi, I'm TallBoy Jacob. I ramble sometimes, and sometimes my ramblings are very bizarre. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so how is this? Whoa, okay, no. I'm confused. You're supposed to go on like that, right? Yep, you're supposed to what? Huh? Hold up, what? How am I supposed to be able to actually stick you on like that? Also, this is an R2-D2 leg, which is kind of funny. Let's flip you down, give myself a little more to work with here. Okay, can I just pop you out, please? Come on, really? Fine, we'll use you. Okay, so you go on like this. Yes, I'm not... Ooh, excuse me. Insane for thinking that. You pop into here. Like, did I screw something on the head up? Possibly? Is that supposed to go just one level above? This is weird. No, I'm not putting it too high. It's supposed to go on the top one. Yet I'm supposed to somehow be able to stick these on here without that popping out. Huh? Yeah, because then that pops out, but what? Oop. That like directly... Oh, because that turns. That would explain it maybe, but what? Hold up, this is just confusing me. Oh. Did I do it? I think I somehow... Oh, because the black piece goes underneath slightly. Just go in. This is such a pain. Why do you make this fit so tight in here, guys? Unless I'm doing this really wrong. I guess I can always potentially like make the R2 leg come out a little bit more. Like don't push it fully in. But no, because it snaps. What? This is confusing. Come out. It's like, because I don't think, like, if I don't fully stick this thing in, I don't think our other brick, like our overlap thing's able to fit in. Come on, cooperate. Oh my gosh. Now it's just refusing to stay on. There we go. Yeah, it has to click in. And if I do that, this can't hardly fit. What? Huh? Nope. Somehow I just got it to work. Oh, I see what it is. It's so stupid. I have to, when I put the R2 leg in, this little swivel bit, I have to get it perfectly positioned in between the little, here I should be, like, I have to perfectly put it in there. Otherwise it'll screw up and pop off when I finally go to attach the black piece. That's really annoying, but whatever, I guess. Come on. Sounds like I'll be able to enjoy this ASMR that's occurring. Come on. Go in. What the heck? No, what? Go in there. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. If I can get this thing off. Come on. Cooperate with me. Okay. I'm gonna try putting this on after these other things. I can put on my other black piece here so that this is set in the proper spot. I put this in. What? I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm putting the thing on the wrong orientation. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, man, I wish you luck with the 2 dates. Get some raid. Got the raids to go on RuneScape. Catch you later. Thanks for coming by, Con. I'm going to hope that I'm allowed to call you that, and that's fine by you. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Have a good night. Okay, that would explain, though, why this has been so stupid, because I have been so stupid. Because, yeah, it's like half the thickness if I do it this way, and oh boy, don't I feel dumb right now. That would explain, though, what was going on. Just, let's see, that lost me how much time? I mean, it's not like I'm timing myself, but it's just, I don't know if I'll be able to get to the other set at this point, which isn't necessarily terrible. Obviously, having more content for more streams is always great. Doesn't change the fact that I still feel really stupid for that. Like, how the heck is this about to work? And I just happened upon it on the one. And then I look, I'm like, oh, it's because I'm being stupid. That would explain that. Anyways. Come on. What did I do? I stuck it in the wrong. Obviously, I know that I stuck it in the wrong orientation. I just wasn't certain why it was going. Then I realized, oh, it was bumping into the R2 leg. Anyways, this is a really weird piece. It's also really weird, that moment when it's like, oh yeah, I have nothing else to talk about right now. Because obviously my main topic to converse about, the story has been told. Again, that would be really funny if it ends up being a thing of, oh yes, look at us, we are married now, and the absurdity of that. Anyways. It's a very cool looking dragon head, which I appreciate. And now we build a neck. Neck. I love the neck. Necks are so great.
Don't know what this accent is, but we're going to roll with it for a little bit at least. Oh yeah, man. I love the neck. It's so tender and juicy. Apparently I'm also now a vampire. We'll roll with it anyways. Vampires assemble, yes. I'm also now an Avenger.
I don't know what I'm doing. I am trying to occupy dead space because, yeah. Yeah. Ninja, go! Ninja is a streamer. Nothing good with the other one. Stick this on. I also have no idea how much of this you're able to actually see. Sorry about that. Grab this. This goes every top. Ew. My ears are starting to hurt because of the angle that I'm working at, because I'm having to constantly be turning my head back and forth. Ow. Although I will say, I'm very confused as to why the tail has the, like, push thing on it. Like, oh, that's why. I snuck a peek in preview and I now understand how it works. Mildly confusing, but it does make sense. Oh, so what is a dragon without arms and legs and wings but a snake? I guess do dragons technically have arms? I mean, certain ones do, but aren't those technically wyverns then? What's the technical classification of a dragon? But yes, basically I have a very long snake. Slither around. I'll put that there. Move on my extra bits. I have 2 of these. That makes me feel like I was supposed to put them somewhere. Excuse me. I don't think I missed putting these things anywhere, but I will go through regardless. I probably missed putting these. Yes, I did. They go on the jetpack surfboard. And like, I have 2 of something. 2 of something implies that it was supposed to be used somewhere. Okay, there we go. And like that, presto, we have a dragon. Or at least part of a dragon. Also, surf's up, dude. No. Shredding that, no. I think that's a skating term. Oh, yeah, we'll probably just finish this up and call it good at that point. Not necessarily because I don't want to use and build the other set tonight. Just again, have more content for different days, but also the more important thing, I need to make certain I actually get to work. It's like, it's not like I'm gonna be, going to bed as soon as I get off of this, but the more sleep I'm able to allow myself by not going to bed, by not keeping myself up by doing this, and therefore it allows me to do other things before going to bed. Yeah. Anyways. So we're gonna have our boomerangs and a short, thing. I was gonna say short sword, but it's technically not a short sword. It's more like a cutlass. Anyways. Flesh that all out. Smooth it. Smooth it so good. Oh, so what if I just put hers in upside down? Does that mean she's glitched out and has infinite life? Did I put that? Okay, that's really weird because it technically looks right. Like, it doesn't look wrong if you do it this way. I don't know if I'm able to hardly show that. That doesn't look wrong, but I know it's not right. And so I'm going to fix that. Assuming I can detach these things. There we go. Then we build her gamer weapon. Gamer. Which again, like looking at this, I really want to watch the season that this is from, because it looks really interesting. Anyways, time to build a leg. Which leg? I don't know, but it is a leg.
A leg for a Lego.
I'm so funny. My humor is immeasurable. I have peaked. I have achieved comedy. Oh, it's really annoying because, like, I'm used to wearing headphones literally all day, but right now my headphones are just deciding, you know, because of the weird angles you're currently moving constantly. Pain is the name of the game. The name of the game makes you go insane. Rap. Also, the fact that this starts with a single point of contact is a little bit, like, not concerning, just annoying. Let's go with what it actually is. It's just a little annoying. It's like, you really trust me with a single point of contact to actually attach this thing to anything else? Even here, we're still not technically attaching it fully. Where is that piece? This is the flip version of that. So does that mean that piece is going to be over here? Probably not. It just means I need to actually look a little bit longer and harder. And there we go. Again, single point of contact. Now we actually get the single point of contact in a sandwich, which does do a fair bit actually to keep it attached. Especially since it's getting trapped in technically by the back thing here and can't, yeah, anyways. And we still aren't necessarily fully attaching it yet. We're just adding more ways for it to attach. There we go. That's finally a second point of contact. It only took us way too long. So all of my left ones are over here, and all my right ones are over there. Kill. Anyways. No, I actually need two of my left ones. Because we're supposed to do that. I really feel like you could just put a flat piece there, but okay. Anyways. Come on. Come on, you sticker, you. So this is his hind right leg. So next we're making the hind left leg. Jeez, imagine that. It's almost as if we're building the mirror of it. Because that way you have a slightly stable spot to work with. Where is my piece that I'm looking for here? It's a 3. It's a 3 tall. Am I just stupid? I mean, obviously we know the answer to that, but let's not actively say it. What the heck? Why? How am I missing this badly? I didn't move it anywhere. It's not you two. Yes, it is. It's not. I'm literally going to touch every piece until... Okay, is it in the bag still? Here's my third bag. Here's my third bag. There's nothing in the third bag. I didn't hear anything fall off. I don't see anything that has fallen off. Like, obviously I'm just blind here, but like, how blind am I being right now? Maybe if I attach this, it'll somehow... Told you. Just being blind. I mean, it was the angle. I just saw 3 and whatever. I'm not going to make any excuses. That was really stupid. That was stupid and I should feel bad for it. Anyways. Can you tell I have nothing to talk about and am failing to find anything to talk about? Grab this boy. Put these boys in. I moved that in the wrong no, I have this in the wrong spot. Like, I'm doing something wrong here. What I do not know. And then I found it. Now I do know. Yeah, man. Let's avoid being blind again, as we've shown how blind I can be. So avoid doing that again, maybe. You know, just maybe don't make me look like a complete idiot. You know, like I am sometimes. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Case in point, I put this in the wrong spot. Gosh, come on. Oh my, really? Isn't the point of this that it's supposed to be able to get under these things? There we go. Okay. Now I'm assuming it's going to be another sticker, because that would make sense. Ta-da! Now the other hind leg built. Heinz Doofensmert's leg. Har 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 har. Those being more? No, these ones just are smooth, so they rotate more easily. Hum-ba-dum-ba-dum. No, I mean this can be the front right leg. That was a very poor showing of how satisfying that can sound. And I am sorry for that. I will hopefully make up for it on the next one. I love how the way that I said that, especially being so close to the mic, it sounded like, and the next time being the next stream. Good night, everybody. Svengoolie. Don't ask. Because, as I do like to say on occasion, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. is a question. It is a saying that I have. I don't necessarily use it all that often, but it's a saying that I have. Now, what it mostly means is I don't want to give you the answer to that, and I don't want you to think you want to know the answer to that. But then there's also, you know, the points when it's genuinely you do not want to know the answer to that. Do not press further. You are allowed to, but do not, please, for both yours and my sanity. You know, there's always that. Also, this has a single, again, I guess technically, yeah, no, it's 2 points of contact, and they're not even like on opposite sides. What the heck are you doing, Lego? Trying to make my set fall apart on me? Okay, here we finally get a little bit more rigidity to the build. Yeah, that now is not going anywhere, which is good. It's in there, it now goes in here. So, yep. Now we attach. Now these ones actually snap into place versus these ones where you can go wild, man. Okay, for a moment I thought that it had like a little shoulder protector thing, and I was real confused. Like, wait, man, where'd that come from? Hello? I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Yes, put it on upside down. Great idea there, Jacob. Great idea. These are really weird to look at. Anyways. There you are. Also, is it really just, yeah, there's just an empty cavity in there, I realize now. When you put this thing on, creates a little space here. I mean, yes, black on low quality camera. I mean, it's not that the camera's super low quality, it's a C920, it's just bad lighting. To be honest, yes, streamers who are listening to this and for some reason are looking to me for advice, make sure your lighting's good, because if it isn't, you're not going to be visible and nobody is going to want to watch you. And yes, that might sound harsh, but to be honest, it kind of is. Okay, although I will say this, camera quality, like light, like your camera should not be your first and foremost. I mean, obviously, generally speaking, most people know this, but realistically, audio, lighting, camera quality. It's the way you prioritize. Let me do this again. Because if your audio is bad, which, and now remind myself I wanted to do this. Once we finish up this bag, I'll make sure to go ahead. I have a thing that I want to do. I want to show you guys. Thing is, technically this stream isn't a perfect comparison to what I want to show you, but you'll obviously from that you might be able to kind of guess what I'm talking about. Also, this front area, like, I don't know how well this will show up. Looks real cool. Yeah. Anyways. Stubby boy. Okay, now we're building his front feet. I'm doing this twice, so let's just do it at the same time to make life easier for myself. Or maybe, oh, it's probably, okay, so this is going to be, I assume then, his right feet, and then his left feet, I realize now, is how this goes, not front and back like it normally would. I mean, normally it's relative. Okay, anyways, you and you. Come on. Realistically, yes, I could technically go and just build a mirror image of this and then build the other side, but also, A, I don't want to screw up, B, shut up. I'm starting to realize just how mean I can be on the straw men that I make for my Twitch chat. Maybe that's why no one watches me. It's because I'm just an asshole. Don't quite think that's the only reason. It might be a main reason, but it's not the whatever. Obviously, main reason, to be perfectly honest, I don't make a whole ton of YouTube videos. But in that vein, I recorded a video today, which some of you will be very happy to see. Some of you are going to be like, wait, what? But I recorded a video today. I just need to get it edited. That should go up Saturday because I'm hoping to on... Brain, if you could stop farting here, that would be great. Because I'm planning to on... Wait, what? Yeah, that's how that works. So I'm planning to on Friday release a gameplay video, which at the end will explain what the next video is, because I don't want to be explaining what the video is in the video, because that could be seen as a little annoying. Did I mess up something here? No. Yes. Huh? Does not compute. Oh. I think I somehow just made the wrong feet. What the heck? Wait, no, what? Wait, no, yeah, I did. I put the thing on wrong. I've completely messed up the design because I put the ball joint in wrong. Oh my gosh. Oops. See if I can't detach this thing. Don't lose things. Come on. Okay. Okay, let's do this properly this time. So it starts going like this, and this going here. Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense. I mean, it's not necessarily like, oh, that makes so much more sense. It's more just like, oh, that would explain a lot. Because then now this thing actually... Okay. That was stupid. And now I have to do it all again on this one. Oh, bother. Okay, again, let's make sure we're doing this properly and setting up so that this goes like that. There we go. Boy, don't I feel stupid. Okay, finally I again find the wrong piece. Wait, no, did I find the... There we go. Also, this needs to be attached. Okay. Good heavens. That was way too intense for what it really was. Okay. Then now I can put these on. Start to give them a way to actually stand up properly. Obviously, until I get the other side done, it's not exactly going to be able to, though. Okay, let's not screw this up this time, maybe. No, that's the idea. It goes like this. This goes like this. Good heavens. Oh, boy. Don't know how I didn't realize that I was building it backwards that whole time. I guess really it's because technically it's just a square, but it also definitely is not just a square. Okay. And then we put these on, and these on. You and you. And you and you. Then all of these. And then we give you some toes. Or claws. I don't know which ones they're technically supposed to be. But we give them to you regardless. We give you phalanges. Okay. Now we stick those on this side. Come on. Okay, now is this thing just like... Oh. These two weren't put in all the way. That would explain why they were being stupid. Oops, my bad. Rawr. Anyways. We now have these left to use. And one more bag. But before we do that, let's go to... Oh yeah, this scene should be fine. So let me pause the music for half a second. Because I want to show you guys something. So this, as you can see, January 10th, 2020 at 10:30 in the evening. Went for 4 hours. Boy, howdy was I tired after this. So, make sure now you can see. So, this will get past our starting area. Come on, how many? Yep. Wait, was this when Nub first followed me? That's funny, actually. welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the stream. Where, yes, I intentionally have the music still going because,
There's music?
I mean, what are you gonna have me do? Just sit in silence building this? No, not gonna happen. But welcome, also.
This is a year ago. Six days difference. First off, the hair is luscious versus I think this was like
A day or two after I got a haircut. Also, though, listen to that quality. Like, even if I turn up the entirety of this. Hello, who I've seen in chat. Hello, Madam Poodle. Hello, Nubcake, and hello, Taryn. Welcome back. Also, thank you for that follow, Nubcake. I really appreciate it. But we're gonna go ahead and get
oh my gosh.
straight into the business today.
First off, I think I look mildly chubbier. Also, great frame to pause on. Mildly chubbier.
This is the setup, though.
This situation hasn't changed. This thing is still an utter mess back here.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I can see why I gave priority to the table, but also that's a little too much priority. That's over half of your screen real estate there, buddy, on your vertical plane. And that is not a small set that you're building there. We have going on. We got a nice. Also, have to turn on my light. Silly me. Again, lighting, post lighting. Oh, no. Anyways, there you go, I can see my face. A little. Also, that white balance correction, gotta love it. Bit better. Kind of washed out. Also, A, sound younger. B, far less confident, which is funny coming from me talking about dating. If I get confident in something, I'm able to get confident in it. But again, also though, this was 10:30 at night when I started. At this point, it's now, let's see, we're 8 minutes in, so this is like 11:45, not 11:45, 10:45. We're at 11:45 almost. Anyways. Might be able to go ahead and just... Also, to explain, I had just gotten off of work at 9 o'clock. I decided I want a Lego set because I just really wanted a Lego set. I then went and was like, no, that's what it was. I was like, I want a second camera. I was like, oh, I also want a Lego set. So I got an $85 Lego set. Oh boy, that was a lot at the time. And then I spent money to get 3 Lego sets. Anyways, yeah, but I had literally just bought this C920. The reason it's a square, I now remember, is because of the fact that I couldn't change its resolution because I had... It was so stupid. I had both cameras going through a like 12-year-old, I don't know how old it was exactly, a really old USB A extender. And that thing's throughput was not great. So, I could have my face there, full 1080p going into OBS, obviously, streaming at 720. But also, love the face. Bob's still there, because of course. Yeah. Oh, that is really something. Basically, because the throughput of the information that was going through, because if I upped the quality of the secondary camera, I had to lower the quality of my main camera, otherwise it wouldn't be a full 30 FPS, because I didn't understand yet how to fully change it to 60 FPS. That, or maybe I did. I can't fully remember here. And the thing that I love so much, though, quickly fix that. I don't know what I was quote-unquote fixing there. Yep, white balance was set to auto, of course. Ah, that's what it was. The white balance, as I said. White balance. Make sure you set it yourself. It sucks otherwise. There we go. Unless you have really good lighting. That's better. Welcome. Also, to give preference, this is like 30% more audio gain. Like I've upped the volume 30 more percent than I normally would have it for anything because it was that low. Also, listen to my mic quality. And today we're building just that background hiss. Because the thing is, it would get worse. I'll show you a sneak preview of it at the end. Like the mic quality would get really bad. This bad boy. There we go. Now my finger's pointing to it. But he's also, right here or right here. Look at how low that quality is. So, oh my gosh. I've been a very big Lego Ninjago fan for a while. Whatever. Nobody cares. Either is fine. Oh, right. And I think I had like just gotten these headphones and I think I was asking people, do you want me using we have like as I get the other qualities of the change. Hold up, here I'm talking about how the quality of mic, oh my gosh. Okay. So here's what it's like if I'm over here. Obviously, then the other quality is going to change. So would you rather me keep using the aux mic or just use this? XLR, dude. It's called an XLR mic. I mean, technically I had it plugged in with aux instead of straight XLR, but anyways. And then everyone's like, yeah, that sounds all good. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. Dang. Open this bad boy up. Do I even have a knife? Oh, we've got some stickers in there too. Like, normally I didn't have a knife. There's a big Lego set, you're gonna have like multiple books. This is just, look at how thick that is. Yep, to be honest, I prefer that over multiple books, as we saw earlier in the stream. Is this a new Lego Ninjago set or old? See, that's Legacy. It is newly produced. It's based off an old set. Anyways, this is the when do I do it? Also, so 8 nice. Set 8. Like this was 8. This was the most I'd ever seen at a time. I've done now ones with 14. Warning. When do I? Okay, this I still struggle with. Hold up, did I say damn it or angry? Because he just looks confused now. Let me show it here. Come on. Focus, dang it. Dang it, because we can't say damn it. Move your hand closer to the camera. Confused. Anyways, I'm waiting. Right. So basically, we got. Also, again, this is way too small. Just far too small. When do I do it? There we go. There we go, baby. So there's a zoom feature on this 920. And while I already have the camera at like 48, like 480, 480 basically, I decide with this camera. I know. You guys can't see that well. I know what I'll do. I might want to just... I'll zoom in and lower the quality of the camera even more. Oh my god. Like looking at it now, just like, how stupid do you have to be? But then I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Like the worst thing is, as we go through, I like the reason why I have the full table visible, more or less, is because eventually it gets to the point where I'm no longer able to fit the entire build in the tiny space that I gave myself. Oh my gosh. Like, see, it's over there. That should be visible. I should be able to see that. Also, I think this was when I was, like, was I organizing pieces by color at this point? Oh, I finally... Just... really... I guess I finally decided it makes sense to... On to bag number 4. Oh dang, that was only 3 bags.
Okay, at this point, I want to... Do I zoom out the camera?
Yes, you do. Please. You shouldn't have zoomed it in the first place. Also, I love how I'm literally using a screen capture here instead of window capture. Oh yeah, I was tilting it because I needed to do that. Because again, this thing is zoomed in because of the, like, it can go a full 1080p, but like that's the width it has. You know, it can go 16 by 9, but it's not going 16 by 9 because I'm...
Why are you shoving Charmander in my face?
Apparently someone was emoting Charmander. Anyways, eventually it finishes, you know. And then it was like 2 in the morning, and I thought that was so late. Look at how dead I am! Hold on. Look at how dead I am! I'm dying inside! I am so tired. I'm just like, please don't let this end. Because I was just like, oh, you know, it might take me an hour. It took me 4 hours, basically.
Look at all the pieces.
I am so dead.
Let me go ahead.
Also, you can hear that hiss.
Obviously our main attraction.
Also, that's the hiss there.
Because no, I cannot hear you, which is a good thing.
And there's the hiss you can hear there. The hiss would get real bad.
I have a dojo.
Sick. Anyways, I just thought that I would show that because that was the first time I did anything Lego related, like Lego building. And obviously here we are. Oh, I don't know how many times this is also... There we go. I don't know how many Lego streams we've done at this point. Also, I experimented with like having the camera down here for a little bit, obviously. The way that I'd like to do it right now is over the shoulder, but again, I'm too lazy to set up my second camera right now. Funny thing is, this camera that we're currently using is camera numero dos. It's just, I need to move my main camera, which, like, that's not difficult. It's the fact that I have to set up a tripod and everything. I'm like, I'm good right now. Anyways, we're now going to make him look like a dragonfly, apparently. Also, this looks like there's a fair bit less in this bag, which, geez, imagine that. It's not like that's the trend that they do, is you put less in the later bags because you're kind of just putting a lot of fine details on most of the time. Excuse me. Whoa! Oh my gosh, can I stop already? Yeah, but anyways, I thought that'd be fun to show. Thing is, it was okay, I'm gonna say completely coincidental. It was not completely coincidental that I happened to get Legos today, because I went to Target to go get some, whatever they're called. I was getting a micro SD card for my Switch because that thing has like 0 space on it until you get a micro SD, which is annoying, but yeah, whatever. But basically, I figured, oh, well, you know, I'll take a look. Also, this one does not look right upside down. Anyways, I figured, oh, well, you know, I'll take a look at some Lego sets. I saw the kid one and I was like, oh, that thing's probably like 15 bucks. I'll get that. Sure. 15 bucks, my ass. Oh, anyways. But yeah, basically then I went and I saw that. This one goes like this. Interesting. I saw that one. I was like, oh, sure, I'll get that. And then I saw, I think the dragon was next. I was like, oh, I'll get that too. And then one that we're not going to be able to get to tonight, but I guess I can show it on stream. It's from the newest season. That is the wrong spot to put it because, anyways, it's like a rhino thing. It's called Zane's Mino Creature. It's a rhino. Anyways. But yeah, we're not going to have time to get to that tonight because it's almost midnight already And I should really be going to bed soon. I really should be in bed, like, already. Well, getting ready for bed at this point already, but obviously that's not happening. Also, in case you're wondering, the hiss from that previous thing, because I'm assuming you guys can't hear any hiss right now, you might be able to just slightest bit. I still get a decent amount of hiss from my mic, but it is nowhere near as bad as obviously we heard in that. Because that was just bad. Although I sounded like I was trying to burp there. Really wasn't. You might believe me, you might not. But I really wasn't. Also, I guess I can talk about this. So as I said, I will be putting the video out Saturday. I will hopefully also be putting a gameplay video out on Friday. And my hope is, obviously this is like New Year's resolution sort of thing, but also just in general. Also, my hair is deciding to make me a unicorn. Anyways. But my hope is that I can go and be putting out, like, the hope is to do a video a week. It's not necessarily like it's going to be anything super insane. Like, literally it's still just going to be, hey, look, I'm playing a game, whatever. But I'm hoping to be able to do that so that I can have a little bit more of a, like, again, mildly touched on it, again, not wanting to go too in depth. I'm wanting to be able to get to the point where I'm actively wanting to get up in the morning and not, you know, have a reason to get up, specifically in the morning. Because, like, for instance, I'm working, like, I need to be up at 8:30 tomorrow so that I can go to work. Thing is, that's not difficult. But if I'm not working, boy howdy hey, good luck getting me out of bed. I mean, this morning. Sorry, I have a bunch of phlegm in my throat and I'm dealing with it. It's these ones, right? Or is it? Okay, I think it's these tiny ones. Anyways. But, you know, this morning I was theoretically supposed to be helping my family at a food drive of sorts. Because, like, it's just a thing my dad and my sister go to every Monday. And I was supposed to be going and helping them because I woke up to my alarm at 6. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Just went back to sleep. And they're like, okay, well, I guess Jacob's not coming. It's like, yeah, I'm not, because not necessarily that I don't want to go help. Like, obviously, I'd only gotten, like, maybe 5 hours of sleep. So that obviously wasn't great, but it's like, it wasn't a thing of, oh, I just don't want to go. It's just, my body would not be at a point, was not getting to a point where it's like, yes, you're going to get up for this. It's like, no, why would you get up? You have no reason to get up right now. It's like, funnily enough, as we were kind of talking about earlier, I have woken up because the thing is, generally speaking, it's gotten better recently. But like, it would be uncommon to see me out of bed before 6 if I wasn't working. And if I was working, I was getting up literally 3:30, half an hour before I was supposed to be at work. Again, it's not nearly as bad right now. You know, like today I ended up going and waking up at, I think it was 1 or so of my own volition. Obviously that was after getting like 12 hours of sleep. So, you know, obviously there's that. But, you know, before it would be a thing of, you know, I wouldn't be up until 6. Like 6, I think, was the earliest that I was kind of getting up, which obviously my family wasn't ever happy with. Not in a, we're so concerned, more in a, get your ass out of bed. Anyways, though. But it was funny enough because, you know, talking about dates and whatever, the one other thing that I'd be able to consistently get up for would be dates. Which again, that's part of the reason why I figure getting to the point where I have a relationship would at least partially be able to help me with the whole finding a purpose in existence. But why I was talking about the videos is obviously if I can be consistently producing content and like not even thing is because for me, like I love streaming. I love making content. Like editing is my favorite part of the whole process. I mean, it depends on the day, but generally speaking, editing I find really fun. But to actually, you know, hit record, open the editing software, or hit stream. I mean, obviously it's been over a month at this point since I last streamed. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, I was able to take the holidays off, so to speak. But it wasn't a thing of I was purposely taking it off. It was just like, I could not push myself to just start a stream. And like part of that was I didn't know what to stream. I didn't XYZ, but the other part is obviously I'm depressed, and that ain't happening if I'm depressed. If I'm in a depressed stage, it's like, oh, you ain't doing nothing, sonny. So obviously the hope is to be able to start producing content on a regular basis. The reason why I am only shooting for one video a week, I've done video one day, stream the next, video one day, stream the next, like just that alternating. I've been able to do that in the past, but not consistently. Ended up doing it for a little bit, I think, in June last year. Like, it was fun, but again, like, it just got to a point where I was too depressed to do much of anything. But, you know, obviously, you know, to a certain extent, hello again, Miss Coworker, that you know who you are if you're happening to watch this at any point in time. Yes, I'm depressed a lot. I'm trying to get past that. That's why I'm hoping to start dating and hoping that well, no, I am dating. I'm hoping that by dating, I'll be able to counteract the issues that I'm having. Obviously, though, one of my biggest concerns with doing any form of dating is I don't, like, you know, it may not necessarily sound like it when I'm talking about it. I don't want to trap, so to speak, someone in a relationship, like, you know, I don't want to use the, oh, I'm depressed and suicidal as a way to basically just say, oh, well, you have to continue dating me. You can't, you know, go and find a relationship that actually makes you happy. It's like, and if I can bring that to a relationship for a gal, obviously I will be more than happy with that. But if I can't, it's like, okay, that's fine. I just really hope that they don't, again, feel like, well, I kind of have to stay in the relationship, because otherwise he'll probably kill himself. Which, to a certain extent, is mildly what happened with the last gal I was dating. Like, again, we never got into a relationship, but, you know, basically I would get suicidal, like really suicidal, basically anytime that things weren't going super well with that relationship. So, you know, obviously there's the whole in that. Okay, really can you just cooperate with me? Also, I will say it's convenient that I'm able to just kind of, even if this is going to be a little risky. What? Is this thing like not extending fully or something? Trying to see why this isn't letting this, like, because if I do this, like, because it obviously works. Whoop. If I do this, yeah. Nope. What is going on? Oop. Okay, I somehow got it to stop doing weirdness. But if I launch it, then it's gonna do that until... I guess, do I have to put it upside down? Is it like a baby? Okay, no, I think it's hitting the, like, squishy part. Oh no, it's because I'm not locking it down. And that's why you have an extra one. I think I know where that ended up, but regardless, should be a little careful. Good heavens, this thing is gonna be trigger happy. Okay, what the heck? Stop it. This thing is just an armed bomb, you know, I'm not gonna keep them in there. Also, I'll definitely have to make certain yeah, I see where the other one is. Anyways, cool. Those are not sitting in that because they don't want to. But I have one of those sets. I also have another one of those sets, actually. Yes, I do. Ta-da. Okay. So now we have our Dragon Boy. We can stick J up here, I guess. And we could probably theoretically stick Nia up here too, but it's going to be a tight fit. Actually, can I stick her like on the back end here? Also, have these two gotten together yet? Also, these weren't ever used. Whatever. Anyways. There we go. We have successfully made a dragon. Yeah. That's that. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go ahead, leave a follow here on Twitch. Should be about right over there or so. Then feel free to go into the panels below to find links to Twitter, Discord, Instagram, YouTube VOD channel, YouTube main channel. Also that VOD channel I have not uploaded to since like July, and that was stuff from 2019 September. I'm a bit behind on that. Anyways, I guess there's also merch down there if you want to get that. I don't think there's anything else in particular I can think of that I'd want to be plugging right now. Apart from, go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube main channel. For hopefully more consistent-ish. Again, I'm gonna shoot for like one a week. But yeah, for hopefully getting consistent content out there, and then obviously the video that will be coming out Saturday, which hopefully people will enjoy, because A, I'm terrified of what it is, B, it's just something I've been meaning to do, and if people enjoy it, it's not too difficult to do. And anyways, but that is going to go ahead and do it for me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, whatever case may be for you. And until next time, remember to, how do I end this? It's been a month. Stand tall and reach upwards. And I will see all of you whenever we stream next, which, to be honest, might be... It'll be either tomorrow or on Saturday. Probably Saturday. We'll go for Saturday just because then I'm not forcing myself to do another, like I said, obviously it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm so forced to do this thing I enjoy. Anyways. But yeah, I hope y'all are staying safe, staying sane. Hope that this new year is able to bring you joy and happiness. And until next time, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.